Hi, I'm giving you feedback on your technology presentation for Going Green at PDS, and see here that you do have your title slide in the very beginning. The next slide that I'm seeing here is Worms Love Compost, and I want to know more about this and what this means. And this would be something that you would probably use as picture for supporting a description or an explanation for this part right here. If you are in the compost, explain in depth how composting works. So this probably is out of place. I want to see this slide in this position of your technology presentation contain your environmental issues. This is the research that you did in the very beginning. This is the purpose of even going green at PDS, and it is to improve our environment of methane gas that's getting in our water and our air due to the improper dumping of waste in landfills. So I need that information here before you get to the slide 3, which will state your guiding question. And that's the guiding question we have on the wall. It's the focal point or the focus of our entire project. And you can find it also on your packet that you use for collaboration and to record and reflect on your research, as well as your problem statement. I'm seeing here composting will have a huge impact on PDS. Um, let's see here. You said, for example, we can grow food from our waste. If you think about that, you it should be you are not really throwing anything away. Composted dirt blended with food scraps and compostable cardboard to make better soil to grow plants, to make food without throwing it away. Okay, we got some fragments going on, and really I'm confused by your explanation here, the huge impact. I'd like to know how to compost. So if you can find a website that gives me step by step of how to compost our food waste, because well, it's not just food waste; it's our paper waste as well, and know how to properly do that. I would need that as part of the explaining in depth how composting works and how you plan to compost cafeteria waste. Let's see here. The next is if you're in, let's see here. Your next is I look at compost. I like your pictures. They do give me an idea of what it should look like. But can you tell me something specific? Do I just mix everything in? What kind of composting bin do you have here? I see holes in it. I would like an explanation as to how a composting bin works, and if there's a certain way that I'm supposed to layer the food, or how I'm supposed to dump the food, or the paper waste. So just let me know specifics. Okay, let's see. Composting can be everlasting. First, we brainstormed about how we thought it would help our school. Later on, our country's waste problem being prevented. After brainstorming, we thought of composting. Composting is a way to make trash that people throw away become a good soil to let plants grow. The awesome part about that is it's like you throwing away something. But what you have just thrown away is becoming a healthy, fresh fruit or vegetable. I don't know about you, but I love eating a fresh grown fruit or vegetable. Okay, this would probably go at the part of this needs to go at the end, where you plan on discussing what to do with the compost once it's ready to be used. And that could be just think about organizing your slides according to you know order of importance, or maybe the order that you carry something out. Composting helps our society by getting compostable trash and putting into the bin to compost, and the product to grow more vegetables and food. Okay, again, we have trouble with sentence structure, so we need to revise this sentence. And it seems like you've said this already, and so we don't need to repeat ourselves. We probably need to elaborate more. So one slide could be introducing an idea. The next slide you can elaborate more and give me the breakdown of what you're discussing. What can we compost that is in our trash? Okay, I'm seeing yard trimmings, which we don't have yard trimmings at PDS in the cafeteria. So I would like to, if you want to use this graph for global information, that's great, but we need a graph also specific to cafeteria waste. What percentage of waste is paper or plastic or food waste, and what percentage of the waste will go out the doors to the landfills? So I'd like for you to try to do some research to see if you can discover what those percentages are. The next slide, I do like your pictures here, and again, can you tell me something about it? This is probably what you would use to explain when you are composting, what how maybe to layer the composting bins. But I'm not seeing uh, grass clippings and leaves and wood chips in our cafeteria. So consider what things that we have in our cafeteria and how you would layer that accordingly. And if you would even use the same composting bin. I like this picture here. This looks like something maybe that you guys would design. All right. If we compost, we can lower the numbers in the graph below. And again, I don't know what this means. Maybe you can provide an explanation explaining it. Your plan is our plan to compost at PDS. Now that's a fragment, and you've got a period. If you want to have it followed by an explanation, you would use a colon. First, we must get composting bins. We found a website that had a composting bin for about $15 we can buy. Okay, remember that you are using your math skills in math, for geometry, to create blueprints and design your own and then build. So we're not going to worry about raising money to buy already made composting bins. Okay, secondly, we must have a poster, something that says that you can and cannot compost in the cafe, what you can and cannot compost. Okay, I like that. Maybe you can give me a rough sketch of what that might look like. We will clap 5 minutes before lunch is over and say start sorting by plastics, leftover foods, and just trash. Again, I would like for you maybe to give me a visual of that. You can draw it or you can set it up in the cafeteria. But think about, you're not at lunch every hour of the day. So who is going to be in charge when it's not your lunchtime? And maybe you can come up with a plan for that. We will have bins down there and let them put things in the correct bins. Okay. And imagine maybe designing posters and that would explain or educate others about properly dumping the waste in the cafeteria. And maybe you could even train somebody from every grade level where they can be in charge of their own grade level. And that's just an idea. Okay, next we'll figure out a garden place. It might be on a rooftop one right outside of our class. Work on sentence structure here. We will figure that out. We also found a website that has the best worms for composting for really cheap. Okay, remember we talked about supporting Miss Diaz's second grade class. They have a worm depot business. Maybe we can even support our own school. The food we harvest can make the meals for the PDS lunches and just fruit out for us. And just fruit out for us. Okay, sentence structure issues. We need to revise the sentence. All right, and then your last slide, the compost wrap. I'm not in presentation mode, so I can't view it right now, but I will look at this and give you feedback. It looks like it looks very creative, and I look forward to hearing your compost wrap. It seems you've done a lot of work here. We just need to organize and revise and edit just a little bit and develop some of your ideas that needs to be developed. Good job.